Hello Gemini, welcome to the channel. This is Rooted Souls Tarot. I'm Lisa and this is your general weekly reading. So I've got these Mayatol cards, these oracle cards. I'm going to find you two of these to start off with and then we'll get into it a little bit deeper with the tarot. So Gemini, what's going on with you this week? Got this one and we've got this one. So, Gemini, tap your resources. Burdock is the plant. Tap your resources. So it's funny because I was thinking about your reading earlier on, and I got a pentacle flashing into my head. And I think this week is based around money for you, resources, or pentacles, shall we say. I've just jumped in there and said it's about money, but it could be actually your pentacle. So whatever that is for you. Pentacles are obviously the earthly, the material stuff. So it could be just your general stuff. It could be your wealth. It could be your health. It could be your home. But whatever it is this week, I think you're needing to be a little bit creative, and I think you're having to maybe look around you and see where you can get what you need this week. It may well be that your resources are mum and dad or a friend that maybe are going to help you, lend you something to help you get the project done, or it could well be that you're looking into using something that you've been saving up for a rainy day. But this week it's definitely about being creative, about looking around you, about seeing what you've got out there, what you could use to get your project done, to get your thing done. It could well be that you're wanting to start a new project. You've not quite got what you need, but you're looking around to see, well, actually, I've got this bag of cement, and I've got this sand that I could use, and or I've got a laptop and I've got a phone, so yeah, I could start my YouTube channel. Whatever it is, you've got stuff around you to start making moves, start getting on with whatever it is you need to get on with. Right, we've got this other card here, just be. So I think this is all about being in the moment, isn't it? About living in the present, about just being, just not overthinking, not thinking about what's gone on in the past, not thinking too far ahead in the future, just being, just seeing how things roll, just not getting stressed out about maybe future stuff or maybe things that have happened in the past. Just being, and it's easier said than done, isn't it? It's really easier said than done. But I think for you, I think it's important this week that you just roll with it, just go with the flow. Try not to get sucked into any deep emotions maybe that you've got that are related to past or future. Just take a breath, take it a day at a time, and just be. Okay, right, Gemini. Let's see what's been going on a deeper level with the tarot cards. Okay, give them a little bit of a shuffle. Oops, thrown them about there to kick off with. Never a good thing. Right. Okay, we have the sun. That's a nice energy. The sun's shining on you this week. The Three of Pentacles. The Six of Wands. The Nine of Wands, and the Strength card. Okay, so I think the sun is shining on you this week. I think the sun's shining on you and helping you along your way. I think it's maybe highlighting some areas of your life that maybe you need to focus in on. And I think it's favourable energy. I think the things that you're going to put your energy into this week are going to turn out all right. It may well be tricky. Obviously, we talked about tap your resources, so it may well be that you're lacking in something this week and you're needing a little bit of a helping hand. But we've got this lovely sun energy that's going to help you on your way. So let's have a couple of clarifiers. Ace of Swords and the King of Cups. So the Ace of Swords is about seeing clearly. It's also this card for me is about a bit having a light at the end of the tunnel. Obviously, you can see that staircase, and right in the centre, there's a lovely, bright, shining light, the light of the sun. So I think, things may well have been feeling quite difficult. Things may well feel like they're blocked, but I think this week it's going to start freeing things up. I think there's going to be a little bit of a breakthrough so that you can see that light at the end of the tunnel, and the sun is helping push you in the direction that you need to be going into. King of Cups is about being steady. It's about not getting dragged into drama. It's about just being, basically. It's about just finding your centre and just taking each day at a time, not getting dragged into dramas, not getting dragged into emotional stuff, not getting dragged into potential stressful situations. It's about you staying grounded on your little island in the middle of all the chaos, and just being grounded, being focused, just being, and just working your way through the week a little bit at a time, a day at a time, problem solving as you go, with the help of that beautiful light of the sun, Gemini. So we've got the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about teamwork. Teamwork really does make the dream work. So I think, again, harping back to the tap your resources, maybe you've got friends, maybe you've got people, maybe you're needing something doing at home that's been overwhelming you, that's been making you feel quite stressed. Maybe it's the garden, and you've got people there that can give you a bit of a helping hand, that can get that job done. It's all about not being afraid to ask this week, I think, for you, Gemini. Accepting maybe a little bit of help from outside, from people on the outside, and just getting the stuff done that needs to be done. Being, like I say, it's about being creative and using the people, the resources that you've actually got around you to do whatever it is you need to get done this week. So let's have another couple of cards with that. Got the Four of Wands. So that's about building strong foundations for the future. So, in getting these people in to give you a helping hand, in asking for a little bit of help, you'll be able to move on with whatever it is that you've got going on, whatever project it is that you're working on, whether it is a practical project or a project that's sort of like a computer project or a business project or something like that. You're building strong foundations for the future, and that involves, getting other people with different skills in to help you move along. So it's very easy to just think about things as just you having to do it, and it takes a really a different way of thinking to delegate, basically, and to get that extra helping hand, to get people with skills you haven't got to help you along your way. It's smart. It's the smart thing to do. And I think very much this week is about, like I say, about you being creative, about being smart, about getting the thing done, in a really creative, different way, because maybe things aren't as straightforward as you'd like. You've not got the things that you'd like, so you're really having to think outside the box here. Two of Wands. Two of Wands is you having choices to make about the future. You having choices to make, maybe about how things are going to go, what your project's going to look like, where you're going to take yourself, and so that involves being creative, tapping into those resources, really thinking about the future, thinking about ways that you could grow, thinking about ways that you could expand on whatever it is you're doing. It's all about moving forwards for you this week. Moving forwards, I think the energy's freeing up. Obviously, you've got that lovely sun. I think that breakthrough energy, and it's about moving forwards regardless with what you got. Yeah. Okay, so Six of Wands, the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is about looking at things differently. We've got that Six of Wands there. The Six of Wands is about victory, about being noticed for your hard work. It's a card of just winning. So I think you are going to be winning this week. and people are going to be noticing that, whether that is work people, family people, friends. People are going to feel the lovely sunshiny energy that's around you this week, and they're going to really see that, you know, you're on a bit of a winning streak. Things are going well for you, and I think it's all down to this different perspective, the change in perspective that you have in. And I think that you're winning at whatever it is that you're focused on this week, because don't forget, this is a general reading, you know, it's not specific. So we've all got our own things going on, we've all got different projects going on, whether it's home, whether it's work, whether it's health, whatever. But you are winning with your project. You are winning with whatever's going on, and it's all because you looked at things a little bit differently. You've been creative, you have really just been desperate to move forward with what you've got, building this really strong foundation for the future, opening yourself up to growth, expansion, just going for it, because you've got the light of the sun just pushing you along through this week. The Magician, again, it's the card of making stuff happen. It's the card of having all the tools you need to get the job done. It doesn't, you know, it might not be perfect. You might not have exactly what you need, but you're just getting it done. You're making a move. You're moving forwards. The Magician is very yang energy. It's very doing energy. And I really feel like this week you're just doing it. You're really just going for it, with literally what you have. And like I say, it might not be perfect, it might not be what you had in mind, but you're just doing it anyway. And I think that's amazing. I think that is amazing. And I think you're being in the moment. You're sitting in that moment. You're just going with the flow. I think you're connected to your intuition, and you're just directing yourself, step by step through things, feeling your way through this week. I very much feel like. Right, the next card we have is the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands is about resilience. It's about not giving up. It's about just ploughing forwards. And I feel very much that this is your card this week. I think you are resilient. You've been up against some difficult stuff, some blockages, some things just not feeling like they're moving, but yet you're just continuing. You're ploughing forward. You're being, you know, a bit of a warrior with it. You're really pushing forwards and not giving up. That fieriness within the Wands, you've got that. You're just really just leading the way almost, and just pushing forwards, and you know, knowing that your intuition is guiding you, and it's sending you forwards despite the fact it might be difficult, despite the fact things might not be perfect. You're just battling on. Another card of doing that, the Seven of Wands, is about following your intuition. Do you see there? She's got that light in her solar plexus. Her gut instinct is leading her. It's taking her forwards, and this is you. You're being persistent. You're being persistent, and you're also being very resilient, because the Seven of Wands comes up against challenges, comes up against problems, but she's creative. She problem solves her way out of it, and she finds solutions, and she just keeps going. And this is very much your card this week again. It's about being persistent, not giving up, being creative, problem solving, finding solutions, and just, you know, not getting dragged into any negativeness. Anybody who's trying to sort of hold you back, you're just ploughing forward because you're listening to your intuition, you're following your gut instincts. So there we go, death and rebirth. In doing so, you're giving yourself a brand new start. A brand new start. The energy's shaking up. I think rather than a very clear ending and beginning, which is obviously the death card is an ending and a beginning. I think this is more of a transitional thing. I think this is more of you're shaking up the energy. You're leaving that stagnant, blocked energy behind, and because you're being proactive, because you're just doing it, you're just ploughing forwards, and you're giving yourself a brand new beginning that you've created from nowhere, and it's all down to you, Gemini. The Strength card. You are extremely strong, and I think it is your strength that's getting you through this week. You're determined. I can almost feel it. This determination within you to just plough forwards and sort stuff out and move yourself onwards. We've got the Ten of Swords. The Ten of Swords is about an ending. An ending of maybe a very stressful situation, the ending of a situation that might not have been brought about by you, that someone's put upon you, an ending maybe that's just like, maybe you didn't see coming. But it's a blessing. So whether this is an ending that's coming to you before the end of the week, or whether this whole situation, which I think this is, it's actually what it is, I think this whole situation that's come about this week of you just using what you've got and being creative and pushing yourself forward has come from an ending of some description, and you have had to draw on your strength. You've decided that, I'm not having this. I'm just, I need to gather myself up and just move myself forward. And this, you're moving towards the light. You're moving towards a better place, a less stressful place. And I think it's come about because of an ending. And like I say, it might have felt like it was really difficult and really hard, the ending, but it's meant to be. It's a blessing in disguise. This is sending you off on the right path, the path that you need to be going on, a path towards the sunshine. The Tower, yes. There's been a situation, the situation that has come from nowhere, that you've had to really draw on your strength. So I think for a lot of you, this has already happened, and this is the reason why this week is unfolding as it is. For others of you, it may well be that there's a situation coming towards you that is going to just set you off on a whole different path, and it's going to be, you're going to have to draw on your strength, but you are very strong, Gemini. But it's going to shake things up, and the Tower is all about setting us off on the right path. And the Tower card is a card when, I've had numerous Tower situations in my lifetime, and at the time, it's terrible. You think, oh my God, where did this come from? Why is this happening to me? By the end of that day, or even, the end of the week, certainly, definitely by the end of that month, you're thinking, thank goodness that happened. It was the best thing that could have ever happened to me, because it's opened up this situation. It's brought this person to me. It's given me the opportunity for this. So, don't be afraid. If this hasn't come about yet, don't be afraid of the Tower. The Tower is there to get us on the right path, to point us in the right direction, to get us moving towards whatever it is we need to be moving towards, Gemini. But all in all, this week, you're on a mission. You're on a real mission. You're following your instincts, and you've got the sun, the power of the sun pushing you through. It's going to be a week of being creative, a week of tapping your resources, and it's all going to be all about you staying focused, you staying grounded, just being in that moment, not thinking too far ahead, just seeing what each day brings, and then think about the next day. I'm just following your intuition, going with the flow, being organic, and moving through the week in a really organic way. So, Gemini, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that's been helpful. If you like the reading, then please press that like button. It really helps me to grow my channel. If you would like to keep up with any, more of my readings, then press that subscribe button. It's completely free, and it'd be lovely to have you as part of this little community that I'm trying to build. So in the meantime, I will leave you to it. You take care of yourself. Stay rooted, stay open, stay magical. You've got the Magician. It's a given for this week for you, Gemini. And in the meantime, take care of yourself, and I'll see you very soon.